Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a communication lesson and let's find out what our theme is going to be. I'm going to start giving you some clues and as we go along, let's see how quickly you can guess what the theme is. Right, so these are living creatures. They have two eyes, they have lungs, they have two legs. They live in most parts of the world. There are many types of these creatures. Some of them eat insects. Some eat fruit. Some eat small animals. Some eat seeds. They all have scaly legs. They build their own homes. Some of them build homes out of mud. Some of them build homes out of twigs. Some of them build homes out of grass. They can fly. And they all have feathers. So of course they are birds. So today our theme is going to be about birds. You guessed it. Birds are creatures who all have feathers. Most birds can fly, but of course there are birds, for example the ostrich, who are unable to fly. Birds also all have beaks. So that is a hard kind of covering on the outside of the mouth, and those beaks are used as tools to either build nests, to catch food, to rip food apart. They are very useful as a bird has wings and is unable to use hands as tools to help them with things like that in the eating process or building. So birds will have their feet that they stand on and they use their beak instead of hands like humans do or monkeys do to help them with various tasks. Most birds build themselves a sort of a home for when they are wanting to produce eggs, and that home is called a nest. So sometimes a nest will be made out of sticks, sometimes out of stones even, like a little familiar chat will build a nest made out of pebbles, or a bird would make it out of grass, and sometimes birds like swallows make a nest out of mud. We are now going to be playing a memory game. I'm going to be putting up a whole lot of common South African birds on the screen, and they're going to have their names below their pictures. I'm going to show you the list once, and then I'm going to just put the pictures up, and let's see if you manage to work out what those names of those birds are. You might already know the names of some of them, which would be quite helpful. Otherwise, you've got to really try and remember as we go along. I'm now going to show you quite an incredible video of a bird making a nest. I want you to watch it carefully because we are going to be having a discussion period afterwards. Your teacher is now going to put you into breakaway rooms if you are on a Zoom lesson, or you are going to be discussing with somebody that you have got at home, like a sister, a brother, a mom, or a dad, or your teacher is going to put you into small groups in the classroom. You are now going to be having a group discussion about the nest building video that you watched. What materials do you think that that bird is using? If you were going to give that bird a name, what would you call it? So for example, if a bird is a bird that eats a lot of insects, perhaps it could get a name like an ant-eating chat. Okay, so you're going to look at that bird and decide what name would you give it if you had to name the bird. So that little bird is actually known as the common tailor bird. Now, a tailor is someone that sews. So he sews those leaves together, and that's where he actually got his name from. And he is found in parts in Asia, the tailor bird. Okay, can you think of any birds that you know that make special nests, or that you have seen a bird laying eggs in a particular place? Have that discussion with your group. As we said, most birds can fly. So I want you to have a discussion with your group about what do you think makes it possible for birds that can fly to be able to fly? What is it about their bodies? What have they got that enables them to fly? And then if you think about birds who can't fly, why is it that those birds can't fly? In your little groups or in your partners now, you're going to be making up a story. And it is going to be a story about a little boy named Kevin. Now, Kevin wishes and wishes and wishes to be able to fly. One day he wakes up and he finds that instead of having arms and hands, he has got wings. And then you are going to continue the story about what happens to Kevin in his story. So you're each going to take a turn to add various bits and pieces to the story. And when we have finished our group time, we are going to be retelling that story to the whole class. Enjoy. So let's make up the story about the day that Kevin got wings. The last discussion that you are going to be having with your breakaway group is about which kind of bird would you like to be. If you were going to choose one species of bird, what would you like to be and why? Would you prefer to be an eagle? A penguin, perhaps? Perhaps you would like to be a bird that's bright and colourful. So let's have a discussion with your group, and then you are going to explain why you would like to be that sort of bird. So it's time for me to fly off, and I hope you've had a good time thinking about birds, the most amazing creatures, and I hope you've learned some of those bird names and will remember them.